Hi everyone, my name is Susan, and I've been asked to speak to you about victim service organizations here in San Diego that are helping individuals that have been trafficked. There are several victim service providers here in San Diego. If you go to the website, you can see Churches Against Trafficking has done a lot of the legwork for you. You can go to their website, click on Support Victim Services, and scroll down, you'll see a list of different organizations. And you can click on each of these organizations to get to know them better. You can see from the screen here, there's Alabaster Jar Project, Bilateral Safety Corridor Coalition, California Against Slavery. There's a myriad of different services that are provided by each of these organizations. Some of these are long-term housing programs for individuals who've been trafficked. Some of them are social services that provide case management and help with individuals finding transitional housing or basic needs, therapeutic services, trauma, healing. Some of these are for adults, some of these are for minors. And some of them do more than one thing, and they do advocacy and awareness. All these organizations are wonderful organizations, and they help to fill the gaps and needs of those that have been identified as victims and helping them get towards being a thriving survivor. Why do I care about victim service providers? Because I am one. I actually started as a volunteer in a church doing ministry, and I volunteered. I got to know a victim service provider, Generate Hope, as well as Bilateral Safety Coalition Corridor and North County Lifeline, and I started volunteering with all of them. I loved doing the work. I would show up just to help out. Sometimes it was just to take somebody to an appointment that the organization didn't have the capacity to do, so they relied on volunteers to help. I did go through extensive training with each organization, and in order to do that, I had to be vetted, get background checked, but it was a privilege and an honor to be able to work with each of these organizations, and I learned a lot. I also learned that a lot of these organizations are operating on a shoestring budget. The majority of their funding goes directly towards providing services for clients, which means things like supplies of paper towels and toilet papers, clothing for their individuals. A lot of times that's stuff that they necessarily don't have a extensive budget for. So that's where I said I would follow up with each organization and say, hey, what could we help collect for you? And sometimes it was toilet paper and paper towels. Sometimes it was grocery store gift cards. Sometimes it was specific to one client's need. I remember a time when there was a young woman who had a baby, an infant, who was only 6 weeks old, and she needed diapers and formula. And I put the need out, and individuals donated for those items. What I did as just an individual church member and a volunteer was I picked up those items and I delivered them to the service provider that eventually went towards the client. That's just a small sample of how one person can be involved. As a church group or a small group, there are so many different ways to be involved with victim service organizations. What I would recommend is to check out each of those organizations and say, hey, we're interested in helping. Is there a volunteer project, or are there special items that you need that we can collect for you? It could be anything from helping to beautify and do landscaping as a Serve Day project. We've had Serve Day projects here at our resource center that volunteers cleaned out our rain gutters, and we are so appreciative because that was something that would have cost us a lot of money that would not be going towards our clients. So we appreciate things like that, and individuals that would get together and volunteer a few hours on a Saturday to help maintain the facilities. It really is beautifying the community, and the women that we're serving, when they know that the buildings and the facilities are well maintained, it gives them pride, it gives them comfort in their healing journey to know that a lot of people love and care for them. there are so many different ways that a small group can adopt a victim service organization, and not just monetarily, which it is needed, but also just by regularly praying. The other thing I really like about Churches Against Trafficking's website here is that when you scroll down, every month Tyra asks the service providers for what they need, prayer requests. Not just prayer requests, but also the tangible items that they need. But we definitely need a lot of prayer, and we appreciate them. So, check out this website, copy down the prayers, and then commit as a small group to praying for each of these organizations, and collaboratively as a group over each organization. I'm not sure about everyone else, but I can tell you from my perspective and my experience, there are times when I've really felt people praying for us, and we appreciate it greatly. When you scroll down on this website, you can also see the individual tangible needs. Really neat was that we put in this request saying that we needed grocery store gift cards. And we also put it out on our social media. The cool thing about it is one of the people from Shining Stars, another service provider in San Diego, saw our need, and Ken, he went to his church and asked his church, hey, is there some way we can get some gift cards for Alabaster Jar Project? Ken saw the need, he went to his church, he said, hey, how can we help? And they filled the gap of the needs that we had. And we're so appreciative. That's God's hands and feet in action right there, demonstrating faithfulness, and we so appreciate it. Again, thank you for your interest in Churches Against Trafficking and being a part of helping victim service organizations. It's greatly needed and appreciated. And I hope that you find some useful tools here and that this helped.